Hello and welcome to Pokemon Blue version. This is going to be a different playthrough. So before I've done Pokemon Leaf Green or Fire Red with Nidoqueen, and then after I did Pokemon Sapphire with Sableye. So I thought since I did Gen 3 ones with a Pokemon that's fully evolved and then one that doesn't evolve, I thought I might as well do Pokemon Blue version with a Pokemon that doesn't evolve. So my Pokemon of choice is Staryu. This is a Pokemon that I don't have to keep pressing B to prevent it from evolving because you need a Water Stone to evolve it. And I thought it would be better for me to use a Pokemon that needs to evolve through a stone or something. Or a higher level, but the stone was better. So we're going to go ahead and get that started, and let's go ahead and begin. Staryu is only weak to electric and grass type moves, so the only trouble we'll have is going to be at the 3rd and 4th gym. And our rival battle because I replaced Squirtle with Staryu, that way it would be more of a challenge. So in this run, we have Staryu's base stats. HP is pretty low, special attack is decent, it's in the yellow zone as you can see right here. So leveling up, Staryu doesn't really learn as many attacking moves. All we have is Water Gun, Swift, and Hydro Pump that we'll learn through level up. The TMs that Staryu can learn, it's got a pretty decent amount of them. We can learn Water, Ice, Electric, and Psychic type moves, and a normal type move as well. The HMs that it can learn are Surf and Flash. Surf will be very useful because it is one of the stronger water type moves that has 100% accuracy as well. Now that we got all that taken care of, let's go ahead and start the run. Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak, people call me the Pokemon Prof. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. I'll just use them for fights. Myself, I say Pokemon is a profession. What is my name? Blue. Yes, a basic name. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were a baby. What's his name again? Red. That's right, his name is Red. Blue, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. The world of dreams and adventures of Pokemon awaits. Let's go! So I replaced Squirtle with Staryu, so that way our rival will have a grass-type Pokemon and choose Bulbasaur. That way it'd make it kind of like the normal game where he has a weakness. And then Blue goes ahead and grabs frickin' Bulbasaur. And then we start our battle. Honestly, the battle wasn't really anything special. Bulbasaur used Growl, we only had Tackle. That was about it. I got Staryu up to level 17, and at that level Staryu learns Water Gun, so now we could actually do the Rock type gym. So for the first gym, nothing special. Sent out Staryu, one-shot Geodude with Water Gun. He sent out Onyx, same thing, just Water Gun, and that was the end of the battle. Nothing special for this one. Next up is the 3rd rival battle. It starts out with Pidgeotto. I switch around Water Gun and Harden, and used 2 Water Guns, took Pidgeotto out. Sends out his Abra. I decided to go with Tackle because Abra's defense is terrible. Staryu levels up to level 23. We use Water Gun on Rattata. Take it down one shot. So I used Water Gun on Bulbasaur just to see how much damage that would do compared to Tackle. And then Tackle ended up doing a bit more. So I went ahead and did that. And then Bulbasaur started using Growl only for some reason. And I was like, okay, I'll just use Tackle a lot and Water Gun. And then at the end, he used Leech Seed too. And it was too easy. Alright, rival battle in Cerulean City. He starts out with his Pidgeotto. I switch around Water Gun and whatnot just so I don't use Harden on accident. He tries to use Sand Attack on us, but it misses, thankfully. Then he sends out his Abra. I decided to go ahead and use Tackle for that because Abra's defense crap. But it did take it out in one hit, unfortunately. We got to level 23 and he sends out his Rattata. I go ahead and use Water Gun for a one-shot. And then next up is his Bulbasaur. This is where the issue kind of arose. I didn't expect Water Gun to do that much, and then he used Leech Seed, and for some reason he used Growl instead of Vine Whip, so the AI is kind of stupid. And he kept using Growl, so then my Tackle wouldn't do much, and then I was just like, okay, yeah, just keep doing Tackle. And then I decided to use Water Gun, because my special stat wasn't lowered, and in Gen 1, special stat is all, special attack and defense are all in one, and we took out his Bulbasaur. Next up is Misty, the 2nd gym leader we're going to fight. She starts out with Staryu. I go ahead and use Tackle on it. She's an X defense for some reason. Doesn't really do too much. We end up taking out Staryu in a few hits and grew to level 25. Her Starmie I thought was going to be an issue, so I decided to paralyze it with Thunder Wave, and then Harden, so then I could have higher defenses. Then I started going away at it with Tackle, and she used the X-Defend on her Starmie again. So I go ahead and just like do a Tackle battle with the Starmie, and it was kind of scary. I finished the fight with 9 HP. Next up is whatever number rival fight this is. Starts out with Pidgeotto and hits us with a quick attack. I use Bubble Beam and one-shot his Pidgeotto. Raticate hit us with a quick attack as well, but we still one-shot Raticate as well. Kadabra I thought was not going to be taken out by Bubble Beam, but we one-shot that too. I decided to use Thunder Wave on Ivysaur just so we could play it safe and not get hit by Vine Whip. It used Leech Seed twice for some reason, and we finished off with Bubble Beam. Up next is Lieutenant Surge. We starts out with Voltorb, we one-shot it with Bubble Beam. And then we level up to level 32 and learn Swift, which we will need. Up next is Pikachu. We one-shot that as well with our Bubble Beam. His Raichu was a bit of an issue. We hit it with Bubble Beam, got it down to half HP, got hit by Thunderbolt, got half HP taken away. Used it once more and it was down to a sliver of health. Third time we took it out. Up next was Gym Leader Erica. I forgot to start the battle, or start the recording before the battle, so I ended up just starting the battle from Victory Bell. I used Psychic a couple times to take out Victory Bell, grow to level 40. Tangela came out. I used Ice Beam. Ice Beam was obtained from the roof of the department store or whatever. And then she sends out her Vileplume, I Psychic, and one-shot it. And that was the end of the battle. Up next is Lavender Town Rival Battle. He starts out with Pidgeotto. I send out Staryu, obviously. I go ahead and use Thunderbolt. And obviously we're going to one-shot it because we are level 40 and his Pokemon are level 25. Next up is Gyarados. Thunderbolt that one as well and take it out in a single shot. And then after that he sends out Growlithe, so I go ahead and use Bubble Beam and we take out Growlithe as well, one shot, obviously. Then up next is Kadabra. I decide to use Bubble Beam again because all of our attacks are probably going to one shot it, but it holds on with a little bit of HP. Use Disable, it disables whatever it did. Sends out Ivysaur, I use Psychic, and we take it out. Up next is the Giovanni fight, the first one I believe it was, in the game corner. He sends out Onyx, we one-shot it with Bubble Beam, sends out Rhyhorn, we take it out with Bubble Beams. Kangaskhan takes 2 Bubble Beams, he uses Guard Specs for some reason too. Up next is the Silph Rival fight, starts out with Pidgeot, and we use Thunderbolt, one-shot it. Next up is his Gyarados. We use Thunderbolt again to one-shot it because we're just that strong. And then he sent out his Growlithe. I go ahead and use Surf, which we learned back when we were at Safari Zone, I think. Then he sends out his Alakazam, and we go ahead and use Surf on that. Only take about roughly half HP. He uses Recover. We try to use Thunderbolt to see if we could get it paralyzed. He uses Disable. So then I hit it with Surf to take it out. Venusaur is up next, so I went ahead and used Psychic because Venusaur is part Poison type, so it'd be a little bit make more sense, I guess. And then that was the end of the battle. Up next was the Giovanni Silph fight. Starts out with Nidorino. I go ahead and use Psychic because it's super effective, obviously. Sends out his Kangaskhan. I go ahead and use Surf because we don't really have anything for super effective on normal types. We take out Kangaskhan. Sends out his Rhyhorn and we wipe his team completely with Surf. Nidoking comes out, use Surf again, and we just finish the battle. Just like that. Up next is Gym Leader Sabrina. She sent out her Kadabra. I decided to use Thunderbolt to try to paralyze it, and it uses Disable, and disables our Psychic, which is great. And then I use Surf to take it out. Sends out Mr. Mime. I go ahead and use Surf again. Take out all but like 3 HP or so. Uses Barrier and cancels out basically nothing. Then she sends out her Venomoth, and we use Psychic on that because it's a poison bug type. And we use it again to one-shot or two-shot it. She sends out her Alakazam. I use Thunderbolt to try to get the paralysis on it, but then it ends up using Recover instead. So I go ahead and use Surf to try to dish out more damage. Then it does it uses Side Wave, and then takes out roughly half health. We use Surf again to take it to his like sliver of health, and then it recovered again. Tried again to use Side Beam. We did Surf to take it out and finish the battle. Up next is Cody. He sends out his Coughing, and we send out Staryu. Use Psychic to one-shot it. Up next is his Muck. We use Psychic, take it down to a sliver of health, uses Poison Gas to poison us, use Psychic again to take it out. Next up is Coughing. We use Psychic on that, one-shot it. Sends out his Wheezing, and I used Psychic. I thought it was going to use Explosion, but did not. It decided to use Sludge instead, and then we use Psychic again to finish the battle. Up next is Fire Leader Blaine. He sends out his Growlithe, and we use Surf to one-shot it. Up next is Ponyta. We use Surf, one-shot that one again. After that, he sent out his Rapidash, so we use Surf to one-shot that as well. Sent out his Arcanine, we use Surf on that again, and we one-shot his entire team. Up next is Gym Leader Giovanni. He sends out his Rhyhorn, and we go ahead and use Surf to take it out. Up next comes Dugtrio. We one-shot that as well with Surf. Next up is Nidoqueen. We one-shot that with Surf as well. Then he sends out his Nidoking, and we one-shot that too. It's not really much of a battle. Then he sends out his Rhydon. We use Surf on that, and guess what? One-shot. Simple as that. Next rival fight, he sends out his Pidgeot, and we use Thunderbolt to take down a Sliver of Health. He uses a potion for some reason, and we use Thunderbolt or Surf to take it out. Rhyhorn comes out, we use Surf on that. Up next is his Gyarados. We use Thunderbolt on that to one-shot it. He sends out his Growlithe, we use Surf on that and one-shot that as well. Then he sends out his Alakazam, and I go ahead and use Surf for more damage. Take it down to roughly half health, use Psychic, take us down to 68 HP. Use Surf again. He used a potion for some reason, and then we Surf on Alakazam and take it out. Next up is Venusaur. I go ahead and use Ice Beam. He uses Vine Whip for decent damage, and then we take him out. Next up is Lorelei. She sends out her Dugong. I go ahead and use Thunderbolt to take it out to a little bit less than half HP. Uses Takedown, and then I use Thunderbolt to take it out. Next up is, and we also grow to level 60. Next up is Cloyster. I go ahead and use Thunderbolt on that, one-shot it. Up next, Slowbro. I use Thunderbolt, take it out to decent amount of HP, get paralyzed, use Growl, and we take it out with Thunderbolt. Next up is Jinx. I use Surf because it's stab, so we deal more damage. Misses its double slap, we use Surf again, and take that one out. Up next is our Lapras. I use Thunderbolt, take it down to a sliver of HP. She uses Super Potion, and then we use Thunderbolt again to finish it off. Up next is Bruno. He sends out his Onix, and I go ahead and use Surf because we're going to one-shot it anyways. Up next is Hitmonchan. I go ahead and use Psychic to one-shot that as well. Send out his Hitmonlee next, and we go ahead and use Psychic to one-shot his Hitmonlee as well. Then he sends out his Onix again. We use Surf, take it down in a single hit. Up next is Machamp, and he sends that out. We use Psychic to one-shot it with a crit. Up next is Agatha. She sends out her Gengar. I go ahead and use Psychic to take it out to about half HP, a little bit less than that. She uses something, then I use Psychic again. Sends out her Golbat. We got the Frozen on it. She uses Super Potion to restore some health. We take it out with Ice Beam. Sends out her Haunter. I go ahead and use Psychic. I try to use Dream Eater without putting us to sleep, which is weird. Sends out her Arbok. We go ahead and use Psychic. It paralyzes us. Misses Screech. Then we use Surf to finish it off. Next up is Gengar. Uses Nightshade to take out about half HP. We use Psychic. Use Nightshade again. Takes us out 26 HP, use Psychic to take it out and finish Agatha. Up next is Lance. He starts out with Gyarados. I go ahead and send out Staryu, obviously. Use Thunderbolt to one-shot it. Up next comes his Dragonair. I use Ice Beam and took it down to a sliver of health, use a Slam, then I use Psychic because I'm not going to use it much after to take it out. Send out his next Dragonair, I use Ice Beam, and we one-shot that one. Sends out his Aerodactyl. I go ahead with Surf because that one's going to do more damage. We get hit by Takedown for a decent amount of damage, but still take out Aerodactyl. Up next is his Dragonite. We go ahead and use Ice Beam for 4 times damage and take it out in a sliver of health. It misses Slam, and we finish it off with Ice Beam. Up next is Rival Red. He sends out a Pidgeot. We use a Thunderbolt to take it out in a single hit. Sends out his Alakazam next. We use Surf, and then we get hit by Psychic, down to 74 HP. Use Surf again, and then he uses Psychic again, and we get down to 3 HP. And we take it out with Surf. Then he sends out his Rhydon. We one-shot that with Surf. And up next comes his Gyarados and uses Hyper Beam, and we use Thunderbolt. We got hit by Hyper Beam and taken out. So round 2, I come back at level 68. I go ahead and use Thunderbolt and Pidgeot, take it down a sliver of health. He uses Whirlwind for some reason. Why does it have that move? I don't know. Then we use Surf to take it out. Alakazam comes out. We go ahead and use Surf, take down to about half HP. He uses Recover. We use Surf once more, take down half HP again. Then it kept stalling with Recover, so that was kind of annoying. So then it hit, used Reflect. We use Surf, took it out. Next up is Rhydon. We use Surf, take it out in a single hit, as always. Then we grow to level 69, sends out Gyarados. We use Thunderbolt to one-shot it. Up next is Arcanine. We use Surf to take that one out in a single hit. And up next is Venusaur. I use Ice Beam to hope for a freeze, take down more than half HP. Use Mega Drain, use Ice Beam again, and finish the battle. That single Pokemon run in Pokemon Blue was... it was something. With Gen 1, it's kind of broken and everything. Pretty time consuming, but pretty enjoyable. well, not super time consuming, but with post commentary, I'm not really too good with it. So if I do end up doing more of these single Pokemon runs, it won't be like super often. It'll just be like here and there. Let me know what Pokemon you want me to beat. The next game I'm gonna try is Pokemon Sapphire with a single Pokemon. Let me know in the comments if you want me to try it with like something reasonable, not like a Magikarp or Caterpie, because that's gonna be too hard. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day, night, whatever time it is for you. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. If you don't want to, then that's fine too. And see you next time. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe people don't watch.